And we are live. Hello, everybody.
Hello. So, as you can notice, we are one man short today.
Yes.
MJ had an appointment, so Evan and I will be unboxing the Evil Dead action figures. Now, we got these from NECA.
Yeah.
And this is from Ash vs. Evil Dead, the TV series,
Yes.
which sadly is going to end its series on Sunday the 29th, April 29th.
And I think last night Bruce Campbell said he is retiring from playing Ash Williams entirely.
Entirely. He is
Yeah.
retiring the character.
Yeah, he's moving on.
And I think it's interesting. I know that recent of I don't know where Ash is at this point,
Yeah.
and Bruce Campbell, fantastic guy. But I'm sure if you're watching this, you know that. Have you ever met or seen Bruce Campbell speak?
No, I have not.
It's very entertaining.
I can imagine.
I would say at this point, you're probably not going to get as many Evil Dead, Army of Darkness. Maybe you get a little bit more of what went beyond what went on behind the scenes of the TV show.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as stories goes, the last time I saw him, he just said, "Ask me a question," and then it was go.
Okay.
And it was fun too, because he even said, "Oh, and he would give $50 to the person who had the best Ash tattoo." 5 people literally got up and went up to the front, and he said, "And I'd rather it be a girl than a dude." So he said, "Yeah, I had a guy, he had a boomstick in a certain spot." He said he was not thrilled with that. But he also had boomstick boxer shorts too. So he's like,
Okay.
yeah, he said his wife.
I will stop here.
Yes, his wife did not appreciate those. Bruce Campbell's wife did not appreciate
Yeah.
those. So we are going to do 3 of the Ash vs. Evil Dead action figures. This is the Spawn, right? The adult Spawn. I believe that's his name.
I've never watched the
Demon
show.
Spawn. It said adult Spawn on the other thing, which created a crazy things for me when I was Googling it. This is the Spawn. We have Ash here in the Insane Asylum straitjacket, which I think is really badass.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. And then we have Henrietta. So this was a character that was in Evil Dead 2, Dead by Dawn, in 1987, awesome film, and was played by actually Ted Raimi, Sam Raimi's brother, for some of the scenes. There's a lot of things going on there, but it was interesting that they brought the character back for the series, because this is actually the wife of the scientist at the cabin. Yeah, at the archaeologist, scientist, God only knows at this point. So we're going to have a trivia question, so pay attention, and we're going to give away, Evan, your favorite and ours. And I think this is kind of fitting, because we just had the new Venom trailer drop. We have it on the AFJ page, so we figured let's give away, we've got Deadpool coming out this summer, and then we have Venom arriving in the fall. And I think the trailer looks pretty good.
Yeah, that's what when MJ sent it to us last night. I first started going, I don't know if I like this, and then I watched it a couple more times, and I was like, I'm okay with it falling over his head.
Yeah.
I actually think it's going to be really cool.
I
don't know about the story around the rest of it.
I'm intrigued. I'm not a Venom fan. I grew up in the era where there was the black costume Spider-Man, and there was the symbiote, and all of those things developed over time, and then finally Eddie Brock and Venom came together and became one thing, and then that whole launched on the thing. I was never a fan of him as the anti-hero. It never appealed to me. I don't know what it is, but some people love it, and I just don't care for it. It's not my thing.
Venom was never my go-to. I have a cousin who's really into Venom, and so his opinion is the one I'm going to be caring about the most, because he's somebody who draws him constantly. I think he has a tattoo of Venom.
Oh, who hasn't drawn Venom?
Yeah.
I mean, it's especially in the Todd McFarlane era, with all of the teeth and all the details and everything just coming out from all over the place. It's fantastic character to draw. I'm so not a fan of Venom that I actually will not buy the black Spider-Man logo, because I think everyone will think that I'm wearing it for Venom, and really I'm wearing it for the costume that appeared in the Secret Wars. So that's how much of a fan I am not of the character, that I will not wear something so people aren't confused.
Rick says, besides them butchering his origin, sure, it looked cool.
Well, I think with anything, Rick, and we've had a couple people complain about that, is that they have to change it for the movies. I mean, Tony Stark's origin, it's pretty spot on.
What's Venom's origin in the comics?
Exactly as I said, he was this. You're never really sure what this creature was.
Okay.
But Spider-Man thought it was something that could repair his costume during the Secret Wars on the Beyonders planet, the Battle World, and then it just kind of morphed around him. So it went from this cool thing that he picked up on this alien planet or this other world, and then it started to realize that he was getting tired all the time, and it's like an adrenaline-like monster. And, and he knew he had to separate himself from it. So that's it's very tied to Spider-Man. Even in Spider-Man 3.
That's what Matthew was saying. Venom without Spider-Man will be the biggest change for this movie.
Yeah.
Since Spidey's integral to his character.
Yeah, Spider-Man 3 kind of
I never saw Spider-Man 3.
You did not miss a thing.
I chose that on
miss
purpose.
A thing. It was. Yeah, I've heard some stories from the press when they would go when they have a big press screening, and the thing that I heard that always stood out to me was the first thing Sam Raimi said was, "I had to put Gwen Stacy and Venom in this movie. They mandated it," and I'm just like, "You make 3 of these. This is your 3rd one. You're making all this money, and they're telling you have to put Venom in there." And now we know, just Marvel Legends, they'll just throw a figure into the wave anyway. It doesn't even have to be in the movie.
Yeah.
So, all right, let's get to NECA. We did a NECA Jason for Friday the 13th.
Yes.
We did 2,
We have
actually.
a couple around.
We have, we have one that just dropped his head. So this is live television here.
Do you want to put them in the close-up camera so you can see?
So we had, let's just do this one. We have this Jason right here, part 3, I believe. We're going to do a zoom in on that.
Boom, right there.
So, I think all around we were 10 out of 10, 5 stars. I mean, we really, really like this Jason. We have his brother, which is right here, who recently just lost his head. So he's actually the Camp Crystal Lake floating one. So we really we like this one too. We had a junkie tell us how this little plastic stand worked, but we took the mask off to get a better look at the interior of his face. It's really nice. Great hands, great. I mean, all around, this is a fantastic figure. And being that I'm a little bit old school collector, other than Evan here, the actual NECAs from back in the day were great figures, but you didn't really want to take them out of the pack because you're always afraid they were going to break.
That was actually one of the first warnings you ever gave me about NECA was, hey, if you want to take it out, be careful because the legs might fall off.
Right. I mean, it looks fantastic, but we manhandled the Jasons, I'd say, really well.
Yeah.
And we didn't have anything. Now, his head popped off when I picked him up because we were putting the chain over his neck so he could do the floaty thing.
So his head is a little loose.
Yeah, a little loose, but we did that. That wasn't a manufacturer's mistake. But I say we start with this one.
Now, a couple people were saying, Rick is saying it has to be bonded to Spider-Man to be Venom. Even Bendis with the Ultimate Spider-Man understood that. And David agrees with him. But Bill says he actually likes Spider-Man 3. Gwen Stacy I didn't like in part 3. It made no sense for her to be there. And people are showing some love for Jason.
Oh, good. Yeah, I think the Venom thing is a whole touchy universe into itself. We actually have a Space Venom here, Marvel Legends.
Yes, we do. We have an Agent Venom.
Yes, and we have an Agent Venom. So we'll probably open those come October. We'll save those for then. We did a lot of the Thanoses or Thanais.
Phonosis?
The Thanites?
Thanisians.
We did a lot of the Josh Brolin figures and the ones that weren't Josh Brolin. We've done those. So we'll probably start building up some Venom figures. I think we actually have some Spider-Man 3 Venoms here. 1 or 2. Yeah, I think there's 1 or 2 floating around. Yeah, they're like, they hide in the darkness. But let's open the Demon Spawn. Let's do him. I'm gonna let you do him because I really want to do Henrietta.
Okay.
And since you're the noob here, you're gonna do that. I'm not going to look at you because it usually freaks me out, but you're getting better at opening toys. You're not getting better at posing toys, but you're definitely getting better at opening toys.
Apparently it's an art.
It is an art form.
All right. So I'm going to hop over to here real quick.
All right.
There's a background in here that you can... I think it might be better if I just pull it out because I don't have that glare. That reminds me... Actually, real quick, before I go into this. So, I had a surprise planned for Bob and MJ today. I actually watched Evil Dead and the Evil Dead 2 last night, and I rewatched Army of Darkness this morning
Wow.
because I wanted to come into this going, hey, I know this crap.
Actually did your homework.
Yeah, nobody told me to do this, obviously.
I just watched Evil Dead on 35.
But what's funny is that I still come in and it's Ash versus the Evil Dead. It's the one thing I didn't watch.
Yeah, but
There was no way I was going to be able to get to it. There's no way it was going to happen.
I think where's your package one? So, as we look here at the package, I think what you were about to say was it was very reminiscent of the Evil Dead Forest.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's what I was going to say.
Very, very reminiscent of the Evil Dead Forest. And in some ways, I'm a big fan of the remake or the reimagining.
The 2013 one?
Yeah, or as Bruce Campbell said in an interview at Wizard World, which I thought was fantastic, the Evil Dead candy bar. Because he said, you know exactly what you're going to get, but you'll like that candy bar anyway. And I thought I knew what I was going to get, but wow, was that movie just goes right through you. It's so
Matthew
good.
was asking what rotating base we're using. Do you know what it is specifically?
Matthew, actually, I don't. I think we may still have the box here, so I'll take a picture of it afterwards. But believe it or not, it's supposed to be for model airplanes. And we just really seem to like it. We thought it was going to be too small, but we've been using it since day one, and we have no complaints. I don't think it costs much. I think it costs like $35.
Yeah, and it takes weird batteries.
It takes C batteries. I didn't think, you can't even see them. But it does have some different settings. It has a faster and a slower, so we've been working it really well, but I can't think of the heaviest thing we put on here.
Probably the Thanos.
Yeah, I think we had 3 different Thanos figures on here at the same time. And Evan's having some problems here. You're popping those heads out, huh?
Yeah, I'm going to do that.
Heads at a time here.
Boom.
Let's stop here. So, we are working this package here.
They are in here really tight.
Well, this is one of the things, sometimes when you do go this far, when you open your figures so much, there's no way you're going to get it back in. Granted, the little plastic coffin that he's sitting in is ideal for storage of the figure. But as far as the heads go, yeah, it's a bit of a push to get them back in there. So this is a 3-headed Spawn, right? Spawn? Is that what it's called? Demon Spawn.
Demon Spawn.
This is new. Like I said, I only watched the first couple episodes of the first season before Stars, left me. Now,
It's interesting because it has a double joint
oh,
for the knees.
here, let's do a close up on that.
Yeah.
So we have a double joint. Oh, that's weird.
That's really cool though, because it gives you that you can do some otherworldly kind of stuff.
So he has an extra crazy double jointed knee here, which I'm guessing that you can, like, I've seen some of the stuff they do. I was watching some trailers before we started. He is wearing a male thong, by the way. You can show that off here. And then he's got a little thing covered his junk in the front. So, but yeah, he's definitely he does have little pegs in his feet, so you can peg him, but I don't know if he's going to stand.
Hey, there you go.
But yeah, he is he's very wiry,
Yeah.
and creepy, and yeah, it's that skinny, long necked. I mean, it's
You know what Slender Man is?
yes, I do actually from
Okay.
Buffy. No,
This is the game. Have you ever heard the game Slender Man?
no.
All right, so it was a big thing when I was in high school. That it was like, it was a game where you walk around a forest with a flashlight and you're trying to find. It's a video game. You're trying to find these
Okay.
letters, but basically you have to do that. You have to find all 8 pieces before Slenderman gets you, and your screen starts to glitch out, and then he just takes over the whole screen. He's just this really tall man, like several arms, and in a suit with no face. Yeah, he's super creepy.
It kind of reminds me of the Italian like splatter films, like the Gallo films. Can't really see the face, but change the head up here. I'm going to do a zoom in if we can see it. But he is definitely, I'd say he is probably the most. I'm going to say bendy, but he's definitely the most bendy NECA figure I've ever held. He's a little crazy now. He has just
Well, he's the double thing in his arms too.
yeah. That gives you an idea. Yeah, the extra joints are in the arms is to really give you. There's no extra pose or anything here on the back, but he's definitely got this long, elongated arms and legs and a longer neck. it's human but not human.
Yeah.
You know,
There's
it's
the thing-
definitely on the creepy side.
The thing that I was gonna say about it is, I think it is like sufficiently creepy, but it's like a very basic figure. Like
Yeah.
it's solid gray. I mean, it has tones to it. It has texture.
Gives you an idea of how tall he is next to Jason. I think he's a troop builder. I think you're supposed to get a couple of these and really give Ash something to shoot at
Yeah.
or slice and dice. You get 3 different heads, which is really cool.
Yeah.
And you get you kind of get a sort of disgusted, a screamer, and then an evil smile kind of character. So you can see these and then a little closer, a little higher. There you go. So fairly large figure, and you know, I'd say he's a little bit taller than a Marvel Legend, but not nearly as tall as Jason. Then again, Jason's a brute.
Yeah, he's a big dude.
So let's move on. Let's do Henrietta.
Yes.
So this is the one Evan and I saw these at Toy Fair, and she jumped right out at me. Literally, I thought this was a fantastic.
Which you
figure.
can see our coverage of the NECA booth in not only in day 1 of Toy Fair, but you also have our specific NECA booth video, which you can find on our YouTube page.
Okay, so yeah, she's got all kinds of disgusting things happening here. So we've got, actually, she comes with a stand.
Does she really? Do you want me to?
Yeah, you want to take care of that. So wait, you know what you didn't do?
What? Oh, I skipped the smell test.
You did, and these aren't the new images I sent you.
No, they're not.
So I made new images for this, and he didn't even use them.
No.
Ooh, smell the paint on that. Ooh, you don't even have to go all the way in there.
Yeah.
Ooh. So Henrietta's got,
That's like freshly painted.
yeah, she's got hard clothing. It's not cloth. And then she
Oh,
does
really?
have, yeah, she does have some,
A little dry blood, maybe. The reason
yeah,
part of it.
she does have hair.
Which is new, right?
No, I think there's enough NECA figures out there that some have hair.
No,
some
I
do
mean,
not.
like for the character.
Yes, Rick, I do know it's on Netflix. All right, there's just, you know what, Rick? There's too much to watch right now. And then all of a sudden, we did those Star Trek ships last week. Whew, I'm watching Trek again. We'll figure that one out. Oh, yeah.
What did I do, Rick? What's the new fail for?
For not making the new images that I made.
Oh, yes.
You didn't move them over
Yes,
to
okay.
your computer. Okay,
I
so
didn't put them on the
she's
iPad.
definitely, she's got that crazy look to her, and I'm not 100% sure what this is for.
It's probably to hold up her neck.
Yep, you're probably right. So let's do a quick Henrietta close up here.
Oh God.
So, as you can see, let me see if we can get too close. As you can see, we've got hair here. This hair is crazy. I'm not even going to try and fix it with any mousse. One thing I'd say I do not like is that this is a hard plastic cloth, but it is like connected around her arm, which is nice. You can see the back.
I mean, think about it. She was buried for a while.
Oh, she was in that fruit cellar.
Yeah.
So you actually got that reference.
Yeah, I
Look at
know.
that. Hey! So we've got joints in the arms.
Yay! Celebrate.
Each hand's got a little craziness to it, so we got joints there. I'd say the face has a slightly different color paint than the rest of her. That could be on purpose, but it's just the neck and the
Yeah.
face right here. You kind of get a little bit of a different
She's
color.
using a different foundation.
But you know,
jeez.
we can show the backside
Oh
off here.
God.
Show the backside off here. So we got some a little bit of the disgusting. This is
It says Rick says, "Oh my God, she was great in season 2, but I'll never buy this figure."
Yeah, this is one you stick out for Halloween, and I do have a collection of figures that I only put out at Halloween. Pinhead, Michael Myers, they come and go, but once a year is good. So we're gonna take the head off here.
I think, like,
Ooh,
I wrote an article too on the Evil Dead because geez, you want to show off the center
yeah.
of that?
So this is how much of a head here. This is a full neck piece now that we're taking off.
Lift
You
it up
seen
just
it? A little bit higher? Okay, well, it is really high. So we're seeing a full neck piece here. And then we'll put Henrietta's head back here. And then we'll move on to the big neck. All of this is intertwined in here.
But I found out last night that while I was trying to figure out when I was watching Army of Darkness why in every movie the end of the last movie didn't line up to the beginning of the next one, which I found out was a rights issue. they didn't have the rights to
Right.
the beginning of the last movie, so they had to remake the recap
Well,
of the last one.
The end of Evil Dead 1 ends.
Yeah.
Okay.
That
But
one's
the beginning of Evil Dead 2, the first 7 minutes is a recap.
yeah.
And that's what confuses a lot of people because we're not dealing with the same actress
And
playing
all the friends
the
aren't
girlfriend,
there.
and the friends aren't there. So we're just really kind of a quick, and we're picking up from that spot.
But it's they don't talk about it ever having the friends there.
Oh.
They never
No,
mention the
he
friends.
never mentions having the friends.
So like it goes
Oh.
from all 5 of them being there to just the 2 of them.
Oh. Okay, so let's do the neck piece. How often can you say that? So I attached, this is a secondary head here, but it comes with a neck. So we're getting the full, I often called this the monkey face when I was younger, because I always
It makes
thought it
sense.
kind
She
of looked
starts
like a
making a
monkey.
monkey noise, too.
Yeah, I mean, I think they were throwing anything into the sound effects.
Yeah.
This is very, so we have, actually they went so far as to add the little blood around the neck piece here. So if you do chop this off, as we know Ash does,
Yes.
you know, we do that part, you're going to get the slice here, and you're going to get the slice and dice here. The mouth opens, nice little
I think
feature there.
that's really cool.
I mean, we've been seeing this a lot more lately on
Yeah,
figures.
jaw articulation.
Yeah, like we did the dewback, the tongue came out. I mean, that was just, it was awesome. I think this is something that they're adding to figures. I think it's great because it's giving more character to the little toy. If we can call it a toy. It is a toy. It's giving more character, and there is a huge trend now of people opening toys and taking pictures with them. And I think these small little worlds that they're creating, and we follow a lot of these people on Instagram. It's fun. I mean, it's an art form unto itself
Yeah.
that a lot of us older collectors, unlike Evan, we grew up seeing these figures, these toys in these great poses in magazines and ads and all these other things, and now we're doing those ourselves. You know, you find a creek bed, you get the right couple of figures, you have a war.
You have an iPhone. You
Yeah.
can do almost anything.
And there's apps now to like add a lightsaber to things that you can do, which is just fascinating to me. So
Wait, real quick. Robert Coleman says, "Awesome show. Is this something you guys do same day, same time?" Generally around 12:30.
yeah,
It's either 12:30 or 3:30, and it varies depending on where we are during the week.
yes, and Robert, hi, he's Bob. We also try to tie it to something that week. So I'm wearing an Alien shirt. We're doing Alien Day on Thursday.
Yes.
I don't know if you can see it. You want to go to the wide shot?
Oh, it's not on the wide
Nope,
shot.
we
That's
were on
my
the wide
bad.
shot. Sorry. I'm wearing an Alien shirt, so we're
Yeah.
going to be doing Alien Day on Thursday. And then back here, we're going to be giving away this Xenomorph, this giant 12.5-inch Xenomorph from Eagle Moss. And we also have the Sulaco from Aliens. We're going to give that ship away as well. But we'll be reviewing that, and then we'll give it away afterwards.
Yeah, so we tend to do like a quick unboxing review, and
Right.
usually we have a giveaway, which today is.
Yes, we're going to have a
Wonderful.
trivia question. Trust us. We mentioned
Okay,
it.
we'll get there.
We mentioned it in the first part that got cut off because we had bad Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
So yes. So stay tuned. So okay. So I've got the neck.
Also, real quick. Generally, if you search through the page and you look for Action Figure Junkies posting, we will generally post ahead of time when we're going to
At
be.
least 12 hours.
Yeah, generally.
Generally, it's
Yeah.
usually that figure and then like a big white stripe across it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a little bit. You got to look for it. But if you just put Facebook Live unboxing sometimes into our little search engine in the corner.
Yeah. Or just us, you'll generally find
Yeah,
it.
will come up. I'm a little confused now, so I'm about ready to put the neck back on here, but it feels as if it's not going to do all the cool things that I really want it to do, because this is what I'm getting.
Oh. You want to go over there? Maybe you put it on backwards?
Did I put it on? There's no instructions, so this is what I'm a little bit confused with. What do you think, Evan? Are we supposed to? No, are we
No, that
supposed
makes
to
sense.
crawl? Is it supposed to be like on its knees like this?
I guess, because that's the only way that head makes any sense.
But in the film, she's blending and cranking her neck.
Yeah, that's what I would assume that you would be able to get that kind of movement, but I guess not. Unless it's really just stiff. Oh, it's just really, really
It's really stiff. So we're talking heavy duty piece of wire in here,
Yeah.
surrounded by. This is very rubbery, and let's get the spawn.
You were
off
probably
of
worried
here.
about breaking it. When you
I
started
was,
pulling it, yeah.
and like I said, NECA has really been improving their whole action figure collection, because these things are actually like. Tell you the truth, I thought her arms were going to fall off there for a little bit, but this is a very awkward standing figure. And if you remember the film, Henrietta's foot's kind of to the side, so let's do that. I don't think I'm going to get her to stand, but this is
The weight is probably. Oh, okay,
Boom.
cool.
Told you. Well, he said it. It's an art form.
Yeah.
So the neck surprised me, because I
Yeah.
did not think. I should have known, but we only saw the version at Toy Fair, so I mean, those, you never know what the finished product's going to look like in relation to what you
We
actually
didn't know it would look like
hold.
this.
But yeah, she's great. I guess this neck is to help hold it up,
I don't know.
or maybe. Well, you know what? At one point, she did hover in the air. So
Is there something on her back? Can you see underneath the cloth thing?
well, there's that, and there's also her.
Her butt.
Yeah. So you can pick up the cloth a little bit, and Evan called it. It's kind of, you have to get it through the shirt.
Double victory for today.
Because she does float in the air in the film. So if we get the legs going back, sweet Henrietta, which I have to say, I've had a couple of zombie figures, and she is definitely on the grosser side
Oh god, yeah.
of things.
Because I'm with Rick. Even though I like this series now. No. There's no way I'm getting.
You know, she's pretty sweet, and I think she's definitely gonna go here on the counter. It's gonna be great. She's definitely
I'm
fun.
not like squeamish or anything. It's just that's so gross. It's like The Shining, the scene in the bathtub scene in The Shining. It's just like, oh god.
Oh yeah, the bath. Oh yeah. Well, it's something about this figure that always. I mean, the character.
Yeah.
That's why I like the figure.
It's so-
And
it's iconic.
And having the character herself is that when she does the yeah right at the camera and right at Ash, and he's just like, let's go. And
Yeah.
it's that whole moment. I think the first time I saw it with more than just like 2 or 3 friends over. We were showing it at a party, and there were girls there who never would have watched this kind of movie, but they were so into it, and they were so committed to that the entire room burst in a cheer when he's just, let's go.
Yeah,
and that
I guess
was it.
I guess that's the thing I lost watching it by myself.
Yeah, and you should watch it with other people that haven't seen it, because
Okay.
it's a shared experience. I've been fortunate enough to actually see it in a movie theater with a group of people. And the second one, it's just like, there's people who love their favorite team, and their favorite team's in the Super Bowl and all those other things, and they're cheering at everything because they can do no wrong.
And Ash is their favorite football team.
Ash becomes your favorite football player, and there's nothing that he
Okay.
can't do. And the movie just builds and builds. When you watch the first one, it's very straightforward hard.
No, yeah.
But when you watch the second one, you're just laughing. It's so ridiculous, but you're invested in the character, which it says something about Campbell as an actor. I mean, it's great.
Got 2 comments. Richard was saying Ghost Rider has jaw articulation. I
He
think
does.
that was the first one that I.
He does. This we actually have him right over here.
Yeah.
So we have the.
He was actually the first person that I've seen have jaw articulation.
zoom
I'm very
in.
new to this.
Yeah.
Oh, they look like a match made in heaven.
Yeah, and it kind of shows you the
Or hell,
scale
match
too,
made-
because we've got the Ghost Rider here. We do have a review of this, by the way.
Match made in hell.
If you're just if you've never watched this before, we do this one. We do this one in the AFJ lobby, or the AFJ coffee room. I don't know, whatever we want to call that.
Whatever we wanna call it.
But yeah, the jaw blew us away, and we didn't even see that the first. We didn't even know it did that. All of a sudden, we went, "Oh, the jaw opens," and
Yeah.
Evan caught that, and we were like, "Whoa, that's so cool!" But the dewback tongue was another one, and the Grimorian Guard coming from Hasbro's Star Wars Black Series. I believe that comes out on June 1st. That has a jaw that moves as well, and that got a round of applause at Toy Fair at the press event. It shocked me. I was like, people are clapping for a jaw. I'm like, yay! I was crying in my seat because of the sail barge being $500.
And I was sitting back at the hotel editing.
Yes,
Alone.
which is where he should be. Can't be out there.
You got Jason Wagner says 2 points for Evan.
No.
I've got 2 points.
You've got 2 points. Somebody's an Evan fan? Oh my God.
There's one of them.
Oh my God.
Jason Nelson says, I think I watched The Evil Dead when I was really young, but I don't remember it. But I haven't seen any others or the show.
Oh. Well, the show, yeah, this was the thing that I was fortunate enough. I discovered it on late night television, and then I was such a fan of it, and then all of a sudden, Sam Raimi went and did Darkman, and then had a huge check from Universal to do something else, and he went and made Army of Darkness. So I actually got to see Army of Darkness in the theater when it premiered, and there must have been like 30 of my friends at that theater, and I think it was even at the smallest one at the Movieplex that we were at. Which Movieplex, there were 3 screens in there.
But Jason, if
Crazy.
you're a horror fan, it's definitely worth the watch.
Oh yeah, and it's
a fantastic.
It's a movie. Believe it or not, I've actually watched Evil Dead 2: Dead by Dawn with my mother-in-law. She loves it. She thinks it's hysterical.
Hello again, junkies.
Hi. We've had some technical problems and a visit from but we're still here, and we're going to wrap up this Army of Darkness thing. We'll do a quick recap. So let's do. So we did the spawn, the demon spawn.
Yes.
I think that's what it
Do you
is.
want to do the good?
Well, we didn't do Ash yet, so let's just do like a
Wait.
quick. If you didn't see the first 2 videos, which one was really short because we had some Wi-Fi problems,
Yeah.
but we did review the.
That was
Spawn.
basically just us talking.
Yes, this is the demon spawn. I was right.
Yeah.
So this was.
You can't get that name right.
He had some great articulation here in the elbows, the knees, make him do all kinds of crazy things.
He's like a double jointed knee.
Right, a great troop builder figure. Like you'd have a bunch of these running around,
Yeah.
and he's got a guy thong on.
Codpiece.
Codpiece thong. Codpiece is a little bit different. This
It is a thong.
This is a thong.
Oh.
This is a thong. So he's got a
Okay.
thong on. And then we did. You can see her spinning here, and we've got her in her full glory. We're going to edit the video together if you found this on YouTube.
Yeah.
But this is Henrietta, and the thing that we did not realize at first was that the neck actually has a very heavy-duty piece of metal in it with some rubber here at the end, and it bends.
It was you're kind of afraid to break it, kind of trying to bend
Right.
it.
And then we have the jaw here with her. Really, really good. Love this figure. Okay, but didn't expect that to happen, considering she's been spinning here for the last half hour. She's got a little knob in the back where you attach this to give her that flying effect.
It's underneath her skimpy clothing.
Yes, well, barely there clothing. Not a figure you really want to have out all year long, or if you're eating Italian. Pretty gross.
Or if you're eating in general.
Or eating in general. We made a point.
I'm happy I ate lunch before we did this.
We made a point earlier that this kind of figure is something for Halloween.
Yeah.
You'd want to
Definitely
put
a
out.
Halloween figure.
You put this out. You decorate little bits and corners of your bookshelves and
Yeah.
your desk and stuff. This is a very cool figure for Halloween, and I'd put her very close to my NECA Ash, or maybe even my Army of Darkness Ash that I got from the McFarlane line. But since we are doing Evil Dead, we've got to do the last figure that we have here today,
Yep.
and this is going to be Ash himself.
It was the one I was the most excited to open, and then
Yeah.
I ran into a bunch of trouble.
Well, I'm really looking forward to looking at the chainsaw, the shotgun itself. I mean, it does come with 2 heads. We've had several people on the page say that they actually like the second head that's on here.
Which I agree with.
He's agreeing with that. We'll see when we get it out.
Because when you look closely at it, the head that's already on there looks a little wonky in the eyes. Mm-hmm. He's doing his like eyebrow raise thing, which the man has great eyebrows.
He does, and a great chin.
Yeah.
Well, it's,
Yeah.
it's the chin. Chins could kill. But let's do a. Let's remind you that we are going to do a trivia question, so that you can win the Marvel Legends, your favorite and mine, the Back in Black Deadpool.
Which is easier to find here than at GameStop.
It is, because we have it right here for you now, and we will cover the shipping, and we'll throw in an AFJ sticker and T-shirt
Yep.
if you can answer a trivia question. We'll do that right about the time we're done wrapping him up.
Yep.
Because we'll riff a little bit about a few other things. But we figured this was a good one today. We got
Venom.
Deadpool on its way, and the Venom trailer dropped.
Yes.
So, audio lag.
Yeah.
Great.
I think that's the thing that happened last time.
Yes. So, put him over there by Korg. Yeah, let's get into it. Got a little blade here. We like to keep our boxes, though I don't know why, because I think these guys are probably going to get put on full display here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Jason, yeah, we do know that there's an audio lag. I'm not entirely sure what's doing that yet. I'm still trying to figure that out, to be perfectly honest. And hi, Bill. Thank you for coming back again.
Yes.
Ah.
Should we do the thing where you can't understand?
No.
Okay, so Ash is going to come out. Now, I believe, if I look at these, yes, all three came with the exact same backdrop. So we do have the woods. The evil
We can
woods.
build one larger forest.
Yeah, I guess you could. Except, yeah, you could. I like that. That works. The nice thing I like about toys that don't exist, or characters or properties that don't exist in like space or Star Wars, where it's a far distant planet, is that it's easier to kind of go out in the woods, find a nice little cool backdrop, and then add these figures to your collection in really cool poses with, you know, just giving it that extra little bit of reality to it. So again, we have the evil twist ties here. I think we should. That's the evil twist ties.
Yeah.
We should just call it evil twist ties.
The Evil Dead
The
ties.
theft deterrent twist ties.
Who are they
ooh.
deterring?
Ooh, no, wait a minute. Can't. These smell test. We got the smell test here. We got the smell test. We're gonna go through
Oh,
the
it's a
image.
smell test.
Ooh, the smell test. Not as pungent as Henrietta was. She was pretty strong, but I think there's a lot more paint on her than anything.
Oh.
Is it bad? So, a little plate here. I'm going to break the chainsaw. Oh, it came right out. So now, immediately, the first thing I'm thinking of is he does not come with a mechanical hand. So we are straight up.
You just have the chainsaw.
We just have the chainsaw, which, I mean, let's face it, you're probably going to always have the chainsaw.
Yeah, but I think it would be nice to have the option.
Yeah.
Especially if you're going to get a shotgun and an extra head. I think a little extra hand would be cool.
So let's do a zoom in here. We'll put Henrietta out here, give her a better look. So what immediately grabbed my attention was this extra little bit of rags and stuff that comes down from his shirt / straitjacket. I like that extra little bit of craziness that adds to the character. I really like that. And I thought this would be a little bit more fragile. And actually, you know what? The more I twist it, the more fragile it feels. I'm going to hand it off to you, Evan, here.
Yeah, it feels like it was supposed to come off, and you're supposed to get
It's
an
supposed to
extra
come
hand.
off. So apparently, I guess they believe if you've already bought the Ash from Shop Smart or with S-Mart or whatever it is in the TV series, I believe it is a little bit different, that you could actually take a hand off of that one and stick it
drop
on
it
this
on
one.
here.
Yeah.
Huh.
So as we look here, all right. So let's zoom in here. Now this is the face that everyone seems to be preferring to Ash, to the Ash that it comes with. So here, give me this one. So these are the two faces side by side, and you can tell. I don't know. I think they're both great. I mean, I think as we've seen that NECA has raised the bar with a lot of faces. That NECA has raised the bar with a lot of faces. Their sculpts. We know that Marvel Legend has stepped up, so they definitely have done a better job.
Oh,
Sorry
head on
about
the
that.
road.
Yeah, it definitely took a swing there. Now this is a little bit different. So let's zoom back in here. So as you can see, we have more of a spike than a ball. Sorry, he's more of a spike than a ball for them to rest on. It's still really mobile though. Let's see if it goes in rather well. A lot of nice neck work on this. I'm a little.
What's
The
happening?
man's got a massive chin, so
It's hard to get the piece on there.
This one's a little bit more serious. I'm gonna show him off here again. This one's a little bit more serious, Ash. I think the other one's a little bit more of a smirk, like, you know, bring it on. This one's a little bit more like business is just about to happen. It's one and the same though. It sounds kind of like
Yeah.
the same. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna hand him
I
off
mean,
to you.
he is Ash.
Tell me what you think.
I want to see him with the shotgun in hand, but I feel like if it not coming with extra hands, it feels a little odd. Like this hand feels weird in any other situation.
Okay.
Other than him having the shotgun in it. Which is why I feel like to have this guy, to have Ash, you'd want to be able to put him in as many situations as possible, I think.
Right.
And I'm struggling with
You've
that.
clearly never put a gun inside an action figure hand.
I mean, that's...
Interesting. Well, the shotgun he should be able to grasp it.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to figure out, see? You see? They get unfairly accused too quickly. They rush to judgment here.
Yeah, see,
I feel attacked.
It's like resting up on his finger where it should be actually under his finger.
Maybe there's just a problem with the one we have.
You know what? Hail the king, baby. So we had a little problem. Okay, so that's our biggest. I'd say that's our biggest complaint.
It's their biggest complaint
It's a
so far.
little difficult to get the shotgun actually into the finger, and we see that he actually has a trigger finger here. So I can show that off a little bit better. So that getting this into here was very difficult, and still is difficult.
I don't think we've done it yet.
Yeah, and I don't know if I actually really want to push it to the limits because I think he's pretty badass the way he is without it. I do like that they've given him the shotgun holster there for his back. Very cool. Overall, I think, you know, I actually like this Ash better than I like my my evil Ash from Army of Darkness, where he's like, you know, the guy who's been reformed and he has like the knight and the sword and the jaw.
It's the one that comes out of him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I like that one a lot. You know, I like that one a lot when he first came out, but I actually say I think this one beats that. And as far as head sculpt and paint goes, yeah, I think
Yeah.
this you know, well, it should. I mean, I figure maybe 15 to 20
But I
years
mean,
old.
the detail on this is just crazy.
Yeah. And actually, all three of these figures, I think they're a step up. I think NECA's really doing a great job bringing these characters to life. And this makes me want to get the Evil Dead 2 set, where you, forgive me, I can't remember the actor's real name, but the character's name, but the actor is Rick Domeyer. He and Ash from Evil Dead 2 kind of squaring off. I really like that set at Toy Fair.
We saw that at Toy Fair.
Yeah, we'll post the pictures in the posting on our site.
Yeah.
What we took at Toy Fair.
I think
You
it
can
was
see
funny.
some of these.
In that video, you'll see that he doesn't. The friend, as far as Toy Fair goes,
Yeah.
he doesn't come with an extra head. You just get him as monster version.
Right, but you don't get the human
Yeah.
head, but you do get the mouth. I think different heads, don't you?
I don't remember.
I don't remember. I thought you did. Maybe you don't. But okay, so let's do a recap. So let's do our final thoughts here. Or what's the good out of the three? What do you like? Let's do the good.
The good. I think just Ash looks awesome. If I were a bigger horror fan, like a bigger horror figure fan, I would like Henrietta a lot. I don't want to look at her that often. I keep trying to avoid looking at it just because it is just so. Oh, don't. I'm gonna need a second.
Okay.
But I think, yeah, for as far as the good, I think they're all solid figures. I think there could be more, which I'll get into later.
Okay. Love the show. You all do a great job, and I learned a lot from you. Oh, thanks, Josh.
Yeah.
Yes, Bill. I would also like them. I'd like to see NECA do a Bubba Hotep. I think they actually have done a Bubba Hotep.
What is Bubba Hotep?
We need a button on here that says Evan moment, or just me slapping you. That we just play that clip.
Can you just tell me?
That we just.
What are we talking about?
All right. So if you don't know, Bruce Campbell is in a film called Bubba Hotep, and Bubba Hotep is what if Elvis had survived, but had switched switched lives with the Elvis impersonator, and the
Right.
impersonator is the one who actually died.
I remember that.
There
yes.
we go. I think we had a full discussion.
We
on
had
this.
we had
Yes.
to talk about this one. I don't
Yes.
remember you ever saying the name.
I believe that there is the Mummy, and you can get Bruce Campbell as Elvis with the Walker. I want to say that it's NECA. I really think it is because it reminds me actually of this line of figures that came in this package, which was NECA. But there was a while there that Mezco and NECA kind of bounced back and forth with, I think, blister packs like this. So I think it is NECA, though. I think it is NECA. So it shouldn't be too hard to find. You go to a toy show. It should be easy to get. And the Blu-ray of Bubba Hotep that Shout Factory put out a little over a year ago is fantastic. I mean, you've got to listen to the commentary track by the writer. It's so good. So what don't you like, Evan? Besides,
Can you help?
Besides
these two
Henrietta.
stand?
Do the bad.
Yeah. The bad. So the thing about these figures is that I feel like this guy here, the Demon
The
Spawn,
Demon Spawn.
I feel like they scaled back his deco to make up for the other two in the line.
Right.
And I feel like we were talking about this off camera once we when we had to stop for a bit. We were talking about it, and I think that maybe when you get Ash, that one of this guy should come with it,
Yeah.
and so you can do the troop building sort of thing, and then one of him on his own that's a little bit lower price point, because I think the elbow and knee articulation is really, really strong.
It is.
But-
And the others don't have that at all
Yeah.
either. So it's totally unique to him.
But the color on the figure and the stuff that goes into it, as opposed to the other two in the line, doesn't exactly match up.
Okay. All right. That's a fair assessment. I think that perhaps the Demon Spawn, maybe a 2-pack lower price point. A 2-pack lower price point is not going to be a reality. I mean, I know that, but maybe a 2-pack. Would you like a cheaper Demon Spawn with less articulation in a 2-pack? Like a $20 2-pack where you get 2 of those guys? The articulation is really good, and you
Yeah.
get 3 heads. So, already you have, 6 different combinations of Demon Spawns you could do.
Yeah.
That's
That's completely fair.
that's a tough one. And we look at Henrietta. She's got a stand, so you can put her in flight.
Yeah.
She's got an extra long neck, which
I
gives
think
you
Henrietta's solid.
yeah, it gives you a solid piece to put on the ground because we know that Ash cuts the head off. This part here does come off, and then we have the extra head floating around here somewhere. It's over here. So you're actually kind of getting 2 figures. So that's great. That's what I like about Henrietta the best. I would have said at the beginning that she was going to be my favorite, but having not seen this scene from Ash versus Evil Dead, that is my favorite of the 3.
Yeah.
It's a solid figure. It looks just like him no matter what head, and I think either head is all depending on your mood and Ash's mood.
Yeah.
So I do like that. And real quick, we'll take a break as to ask the trivia question. What was the? I'm sorry. Who was the actor that played the wizard in Army of Darkness? I want the actor's name. Now, you could say that Ash called him Merlin at one point. He also called him Spinach Chin. So, who was the actor that played the Merlin wizard Spinach Chin character in Army of Darkness? And we will send you this Spawn. And a t-shirt
Deadpool.
and a sticker. Deadpool. That's right. Why did I say Spawn? Keep
He
saying
looks kinda like Spawn.
I don't know. I got a Spawn thing going on today. Probably because of all those images we've seen.
Well, while we're waiting for that, we're gonna be. We'll read some comments.
Yes.
I think MJ somewhere posting his AFJ was annoyed that I didn't know Bubba Hotep.
Yeah, that's it's a interesting, fun movie. It's another one of those B movies that you watch at night, late at night. That unfortunately, I think those things have kind of disappeared. So someone has to put it in your hand,
Yeah.
or invite you over and say, "Hey, watch this crazy movie." I mean, if we're going to talk about that, I recommend a Japanese horror film called House, which is
You've told me about this.
yeah,
before.
my comparison that I love to make is, and most people his age don't understand, is imagine Terry Gilliam and Sam Raimi made a horror movie together in Japan in the late 1970s. And
I got the one half of the equation is lots of blood.
sort of zany, crazy. But you definitely would. It's one of those movies where you want to watch it and then watch your friends watch it like the next night, because the looks on their faces is the same
get
look
that.
you made. It's like watching the. I just said this the other night at a party. Have you ever watched the Human Centipede trailer? Of course, it's disgusting, but watch someone else watch it, and it's so much more entertaining than actually watching the movie. Nobody on the trivia question yet.
Jason, sorry, I just skipped Richard.
Yeah.
Richard said heat will loosen up Ash's hand to get the gun in hand.
That's a good move.
That's probably a good point.
That's a good move.
We're
yeah.
probably gonna have to do that.
You know
to
what?
try
And I would recommend hot water over
Yeah.
over getting him to closer to something that will actually melt the hand.
That's what you use hot water or hair dryer.
Okay, yeah, hairdryer, I like that too. Jason Essen says that the Cult Classic line had the Bubba Hotep. Okay.
Oh, on the corporate page,
Oh,
somebody did he get it right?
that is correct, Matthew. You got it correct. I'm sorry, we didn't realize that we couldn't see the corporate page and the other page. Matthew, you should definitely apply to be in the closed Facebook group. The link should be there on our page. And it's a group of 35,000 strong junkies that you can trade with, talk to, have fun with, and we promote an atmosphere of a close knit community of friends, not so much like trolls and haters and jerks.
Except for when it comes to me.
Yes, except you're allowed to make fun of Evan. See, you can just get it all out on him and his articles when he posts them.
Yes. At least you'll read them.
so-
That's what matters. Back to Black Deadpool.
Back at Black Deadpool got a home. We are helping these guys. You know,
Yeah.
we should almost just start having Zuvios
Yeah.
and just give away Zuvios. If you know what
I
that is.
don't know if anybody would join them.
Why wouldn't they? You know, they might want a trivia question for a cool guy Zuvio. I would. I'd answer one. I mean, I have Zuvio Prime, but I need Zuvio 2.
Real quick to finish up the comments, that Jason said it is NECA, the Cult Classics line. Richard said troop building, you mean army building? Hey, I learned things from these people.
Hey, troop building. I think army building. I think I got troop building from Star Wars figures
Okay.
that people would buy waves upon waves of figures. Not so much these guys, but the smaller 375 guys. I once bid on a lot of 150 Sand Troopers on eBay. I think it got up to like $300, but I was somewhere around the $100. I'm like, $1 figure, sure. I mean,
not bad.
why would I want an army? I mean, I'd have to paint, like, rip off some of the pads and, all the other stuff. But I was, why not? And I have over 75 original Stormtroopers, so they're all boring. They're all straight armed like this.
Yeah,
So-
sorry, Bill. Somebody on the corporate page got it. Somebody watching the other feed, let us know.
Yeah, so sorry about that, Bill.
And Jason said, hey, Bill, all over Zuvio. Well, I'm wrong.
Yeah.
What else is
yeah.
new?
If you can barely see my shirt, we're getting ready for Alien Day here. We mentioned that on the previous feed, but behind me over here we have an alien xenomorph from Eagle Moss. That's a 12.5-inch figure. Figurine. It's more of a statue.
Yeah.
It's breathtaking.
We haven't opened it yet, so we
yeah.
don't know whether it moves or not.
Yeah, I don't think it moves. Just the way it looks. But it's from the original film. We can tell that because there is a Nostromo hat on the deck.
It also says alien and not aliens.
It's true. And speaking of aliens, we'll be giving away the Sulaco, which is the Marine ship. We'll be giving away one of those from Eagle Moss as well. And that's going to be on Thursday. We don't have a time for that yet, but definitely look for it. We'll be celebrating that as we ramp up towards Avengers. Marvel moving the date up kind of interfered with this, but it does allow us to celebrate Batman Day without really, we'll have some Avengers hangover a little bit as they ramp up for the #1 movie in America for week 2 that week. But we'll be celebrating Batman Day on May 1st as we get ready for Free Comic Book Day, and we're going to be doing a giveaway of trivia and busts of Batman characters.
Also from Eagle Moss.
Also from, yes. Eagle Moss supplied us with a lot of really, really cool things. And I guess we can say that we're going to be doing a Ghostbusters Diamond Select review very soon. I don't think this week. We've got a lot going on, so we're trying to get the time squared away. But we got Ray, we got Vigo, and then we got Louis Tully. So we've got 3 from Diamond Select, and they're I mean, just looking at the figures, you're like, ooh, you can't wait to get into those because they're definitely very, very neat.
Before we get into our final thoughts on these,
Yes.
do you think Avengers Infinity War will break all of the records? Do you think it'll hit #1 all time?
I think that it's going to break. I think what Disney is doing is they're going after the weekend. By moving it up a weekend, they can get and releasing it on the same day in every market. That's every country in the world, even China. They're going to do $1 billion weekend.
Okay.
$1 billion. And then the weird thing is, like, it's going to start Thursday. you know, and I don't know exactly how that goes with the totals, but then they have Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I mean, if I wasn't already going to the Greater Philly Con and helping my mother-in-law move, I think I'd probably end up seeing it twice this weekend. But I'm going to get that Thursday night, maybe Friday, but that's when it's all the crazies will be out Friday. So
I'll be Friday morning.
Ooh, yeah. So it's
9 a.m.
It's
Got to get it in.
It's gonna be crazy, and I think it'll break $1 billion that weekend.
What's in the number one spot right now? It's Force Awakens?
I think that beat Avatar.
Yeah, Force Awakens, Avatar, Black Panther. At the
Yeah.
moment.
So that'll be. I think Avengers will do it, and you can't say it happened overnight. You can't say it's just one movie. It's 10 years.
Yeah.
Of building to this moment.
Just like Star Wars, just like Force Awakens is every other movie before it,
Right.
leading up to
Right.
everybody going to see it.
Right. I mean, you could say that they had 3 really bad movies before that didn't do as well in the box office as their 3 predecessors.
Yeah.
And then, of course, like, you know, it's kind of a weird drought where everybody's like, all right, I'll give this one a shot.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there is that element to it. But I think it'll be $1 billion. And the thing is that MJ pointed out to me once we were talking about the same thing, what you think it'll do, is that he said by doing it by the end of the month of April, Disney and Marvel, let's just say Disney, they can do that's their first quarter for the year.
Yeah.
So they have 2, maybe 3 movies that make $1 billion in the first quarter, because we have to remember the Last Jedi was still playing well into the beginning of this year.
Yeah.
So, and their totals, I mean, they had 2 weeks of last year, and then the rest of their time for that 4 months before they went to home video.
And then Black Panther.
And then God, what did Coco do on Blu-ray? I mean that's not $1 billion, but
Still.
Last Jedi, Black Panther, and then Avengers, all within $1 billion within the first quarter. What's that going to show their shareholders?
Yeah.
And their Disney stock's going to go through the roof.
Then they have Han
Solo, and then Ant-Man, and then we'll have, I know they have they have The Incredibles.
Yeah.
And don't think that The Incredibles isn't a competitor.
Ooh, The Incredibles is going to kill.
It will be at least a $500 million movie, but depending on how good it is, and I have faith in Pixar that it will be that good.
This is a movie that I've been waiting for a long time.
It could really push it over the top.
Yeah.
So, well, we gave away everything. NECA.
Wait, this is
Oh.
the final thoughts.
What? Dun, dun, dun. So, we gave away everything.
Yeah.
And then, I think we had a nice chat. Anything else? I've only got 3 or 4 Zuvios, so I need a few more. Sorry, Jason. We could
Zuvio Army.
The Toys R Us near me has 19 of them sitting on the shelf, and I am patiently waiting until that Toys R Us goes out of business so that I could grab a couple more Zuvios. I just want to give them away as gifts now. Here.
You gotta give him a home.
Yeah. My Zuvio, who I refer to here as Zuvio Prime,
He's not on set.
he's actually riding the back at my place. He's living it up. And I really want to get him in the sand speeder now, too.
Mm-hmm.
Just like, he's like cruising. Maybe with the, I have my own Back in Black Deadpool. Who doesn't?
I don't.
No. But, I think more Zuvios in the world
better.
would be a great thing. So, to wrap up, we'll be at GamerCon in Cherry Hill the first weekend in July. We're actually going to have a booth and maybe a little bit more than a booth. But we'll have swag and we'll have stuff.
Yeah.
And we'll be talking and meeting up with other junkies.
Yeah, if you're there, let us know.
And we're hoping to see some of you at the Greater Philly Con this weekend.
Yes.
And we're going to be there just walking around, toy hunting and shooting cosplayers and all that kind of thing with cameras.
I was going to say, you need to clarify
With
that.
cameras. Evan will have his video camera.
Am I allowed to film there? I thought I wasn't.
I don't know.
I thought I remember something about me not filming.
Okay.
Either way,
We'll see.
we'll be there.
We'll be there.
That's the important part.
So that's it, junkies. Thank you for tuning in. As I said, we're going to be doing Alien Day on Thursday, where we're giving away the Xenomorph and a Sulaco, and they're very cool. And that's it. You got anything
Check
else?
out, just look out for us posting what time that's going to be, because you're definitely going to want to be a part of that one.
So, thank you, and AFJ for life. Have a good night.